Hello everyone. So let's start. Let's start. My name is Shashank, and I'll be taking this introduction to Quant. And welcome to Career Launcher. So what we are going to talk about. So basically, we are going to talk about what has been asked in CAT and what is the syllabus of CAT. What are the strategies that you are going to need to score a reasonable percentile in the exam. So the CAT exam pattern. So we are going to start with CAT exam pattern, and the thing that is written here is the exam pattern of CAT 2024. Okay, so in the exam, if we are going to talk about, so basically we are going to talk about this verbal ability and reading comprehension, that is VARC section. So in VARC section, the total number of questions that are going to be asked are 24. So in VARC, you are going to get RCs, passages, a few questions on those passages, plus you are going to get the questions of para summary, para completion, para jumble. Para jumble didn't appear last year in 2024, but before that it was there. Then these kind of questions that are going to be asked. Okay, the total time limit that is given to you is 40 minutes. Okay, the marking scheme in this is +3 for every correct question, 0 for not attempted question or theta question, and -1 for any optional wrong answer. Okay, so let's talk about what is theta. So the full form of theta is type in the answer. So this is type in the answer. So type in the answer means what is it? It means we are going to talk. So basically, it means there is a blank box that is going to be given, and you have to type your answer in that. In data interpretation, there are going to be 22 questions. The time limit is 40 minutes, and total marks are 66. If this is the pattern of CAT 2024, but if I'm going to talk about CAT 2023 or CAT 2022, so what was the pattern? So in CAT 2023 or CAT 2022, the number of questions in data interpretation were 20. And last year they have increased the number of questions from 20 to 22. Time limit is same. It is a sectional time limit that is 40 minutes. That 22 questions, total marks awarded are 66. Again, the marking scheme is same, that is +3, 0, and -1. So for every correct answer, you are awarded +3 marks. For left out question or unattempted question or theta question, if theta is wrong, then points are 0. And for every incorrect answer, every optional incorrect answer, the negative marking is -1. In QA, so in QA there was no change last year. In VA there was no change last year. So there were 22 questions. The time allotted was 40 minutes, and total marks are 66. So from 2023 to 2024, what was the change we have seen? So from 2023 to 2024, there was one small change in the exam pattern, that in reasoning, they have gone from 20 to 22 questions in DILR. Apart from that, the pattern of VA was same, pattern of QA was same, and everything was same. The sectional time limit was 40 minutes before in 2023 as well. It was sectional time limit was same in 2024 as well. So sectional time limit, if I'm going to talk about sectional time limit, that actually did not change. It stayed same. So total duration of the exam was 2 hours. Initially in 2020, 2022, the marks were 198, and this time the total number of marks were 204. So this is the pattern. So hopefully we are expecting that in if we talk about CAT 2025, the pattern is going to be similar to CAT 2024. One important point, that in the section of DILR or QA, your on-screen calculator is available. So basically, if you need to use on-screen calculator, make full use of it. The second point is On-screen calculator is allowed in QA as well as in VA, as well as in DILR. On-screen calculator is allowed. Remember this. Second point is the on-screen calculator is going to be a calculator that is similar to your calculator on the laptop or your computer, but the thing is you cannot use keyboard in any way to use the calculator. You need to use mouse only, and keyboard is strictly no. So this is important point that you need to remember, that you can't touch the keyboard when you are writing the exam. As well as on-screen calculator is allowed. So if you feel that calculation is lengthy, you can definitely go for calculator, and we advise you to do it. Okay, so this is the total pattern of CAT 2024, expecting the same pattern in CAT 2025 as well. Okay, so today we are going to talk about QA. So score versus percentile. So if we see in QA what happened, we are not going to talk about this. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so basically this year, and this year, and this year, these four we are not considering because the pattern was a lot different in these years. CAT 2018, CAT 2019, so basically, sorry, CAT 2021 we are going to consider. CAT 2020 we are not going to consider. It was an outlier in the whole data. The pattern of CAT 2018 was there were 100 questions. The exam was of 3 hours. So basically this is something that we are not going to consider. But and in QA we has 34 questions, and 34 questions means 102 marks. So out of 102 marks, 58 at a score of 58, people used to get 99.5 percentile. Okay, at a score of 51, people used to get 99 percentile. It means at a score of 50% of 102, people got a 99 percentile. At a score of 66 in 2024, people got 99 percentile. In 2022 as well, people got a 99 percentile. So basically, if you are scoring 50% of the total marks, more likely you are going to end up at 99 percentile. And this is what the data says. CAT 2023, specifically QA, we consider that as an outlier because it was extremely difficult. But apart from that, you can see it is always close to 50%. So if you are getting 50% of the paper right, then you are going to get the 99 percentile easily. So getting 99 percentile in QA is not going to be very difficult. Just you need to know what you need to focus on, what you need to work on, so that you can have leverage over others. And how to prepare, that's also an important factor. So so that you can achieve a score of 99 percentile or 99.5 percentile. Okay, so what is the important value? That is going to be 50% of the total marks. Now if you see, if you are going to get 1/3, 33% of the marks, you are going to get 95 percentile, and that's a good value. So getting 1/3 of the question means you are going to do 7-8 questions right out of 22. You are going to end up at 95 percentile, and I don't think it's a very huge thing to achieve. It can easily be managed. It can easily be done. So now, what is the pattern of QA CAT previous years? So I'll come to this later on. This is the weightage. So this is the weightage. Now, if you see, if I'm going to talk about weightage, average weightage of arithmetic has been 39%. Average weightage of algebra is 33%. So basically, if you are comfortable with these two things, arithmetic and algebra only, so arithmetic and algebra only makes up to more than 70% of the paper. So if you are very good at arithmetic and algebra, 70% of the paper that you can attempt, and 70% paper means at a 70% score, what is going to be your percentile? That is going to be more than 99.5 percentile. So basically, which two topics you need to focus on always? That is going to be arithmetic and algebra. If you see in CAT 2024, you got arithmetic, 8 questions from arithmetic. Okay, it's consistently moving around. Hmm. So you are going to get you got 8 questions. In 2023, you got 8 to 9 questions, and 2022, you got 8 to 9 questions. In CAT 2024, similar. So basically, if you are going to see, close to 16, 17 questions are always there in CAT out of 22 questions from arithmetic and algebra itself. And if you see, the weightage of geometry is more or less constant, that is 3 questions only. Number system doesn't have a huge weightage, close to 2 questions or something. Modern maths doesn't have a huge weightage. So if you see, there are 0 questions that they were not even asked in that 2023. There was no question of modern maths. And what is modern maths? That is PNC and probability. So PNC and probability, that is, if you are not very comfortable with PNC, if you are not very comfortable with probability, you can skip this for the preparation, because the weightage is very low, and more likely, if even if you see, when there were 34 questions in the quant itself, still then you didn't get a lot of questions from this, and still then you didn't get a lot of questions from number system. Even geometry didn't have a lot of weightage then. So geometry doesn't have a lot of weightage, number system doesn't have a lot of weightage, modern maths doesn't have a lot of weightage. So basically, what section carries the maximum weightage? That is going to be these two ones, arithmetic and algebra only. Apart from that, so 70% is going to be 70% paper is going to be covered by these three things only, these two things only. Now, what is arithmetic, what is algebra, what are the topics that comes under arithmetic? So this is the bifurcation. So you have percentage, you have simple interest, compound interest, you have profit and loss, you have ratios, you have averages, you have time, speed, distance, you have time and work. So TSD, time and work, profit loss. So these are doable questions. If I say TSD, I might say TSD might be a little tricky, but time and work is something that everyone can get right all the times. Profit and loss is something that everyone can get right all the times. Average once in a while might be tricky, but if you with enough preparation, you can be very comfortable with average. Mixtures and allegation is always easy, always doable in the exam. Ratios is always going to be easier in the exam. Simple interest, compound interest, and percentages, so all those questions are not difficult. Only TSD and average might be little trickier, but apart from that, everything is easy, everything is doable. So this is what I think people should spend time on. I think everyone has got enough time, sufficient time to practice all those topics. Even if you are starting from the scratch, it's, I think, if you spend time on this, it is easily manageable, easily doable. Now let's come to algebra. So quadratic equations, sequence series, log, mod, function, linear inequalities, linear equations, identities, and polynomials. So if you see the topics that has the maximum weightage in algebra, I'm sorry, it keeps on rotating. Oh, my PPT keeps on running left, right. I'm sorry. So quadratic equation has the largest weightage. That is 24 questions asked. So whichever CAT paper you are going to pick, you are always going to see at least one question of quadratic equation. And will it be difficult? No. Every year we had a question of sequence and series, and if you see, the similar type of questions of sequence and series has been asked before in CAT. So basically, a lot of times you are going to see very same question, means just a little bit values are different, but the basic principle is same, and they are asking those questions. Log p over the period of time I have taught, I have realized that people are scared of log, but log is a topic. If you, even if you are a little comfortable with log, you are never going to get it wrong. 100% guarantees there that you can solve this question. Sequence and series, once in a while it might be trickier, but again it's easy. Log is a guarantee thing. Quadratic equation, you are not going to get a lot of extremely difficult question in CAT. Functions, it might be tricky. Functions might be little trickier. Linear equation is always doable, always easy. The inequalities that has been asked in CAT, specifically CAT, they were easy. Spatial equations might be trickier sometimes. Algebraical identities, again, indices, inserts, and quadratic, power quadratic. So these kind of questions, if you practice, if you say you have practiced 50 questions of algebraic identities and standard ones, so 50 questions of both types. So again, it is more or less, it is 100% guarantee that you are going to get it wrong. Higher order equations might be little tricky, so if you want to do it, if you want to skip it, it's fine. Now, even if I'm going to talk about geometry, I said it doesn't have a lot of weightage, but still there are a lot of questions of geometry that are important. So polygons, if you see polygons, you got 9 questions. And the best part of polygons is, if you understand polygons, these questions that are guaranteed that you can solve these questions. Quadrilaterals, it works on properties only, so even these questions are doable. Circles, if you are going to get 5 questions, I would say you will easily going to get 3 questions. 2 questions might not be. Triangles are always tricky. Triangles are always tricky. If you are unable to draw the diagram, even with practice, I won't say that you can get all the questions of triangles right, but polygon is guarantee that you can get it right. Area and volume, if you know all the formula, you can easily do it. Not that difficult. Number theory, overall 30 questions has been asked, not a lot. So if you study number theory little bit, थोड़ा इधर थोड़ा उधर, थोड़े थोड़े क्वेश्चन नंबर थ्योरी को उठा लिए, सो इफ यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी नंबर थ्योरी थोड़ा बहुत, तो उसके भी कुछ क्वेश्चन हो जाएंगे, सारे तो नहीं होंगे. ठीक है. अगेन दिस प्रोबेबिलिटी हैज नेवर आस्क्ड इन कैट. सेट थ्योरी के टोटल 2 क्वेश्चन है, पीएनसी प्रोबेबिलिटी के 11. ठीक है. So this is the overall past year pattern of CAT. This year, again, this year what we are expecting more or less same thing in 2025 as well. ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं सोचना है. So इसी pattern पे अपन stick करके रहना है. So if we are going to stick to the same pattern, then will it be very difficult? No. So to get a score of percentile of 75, you need to get net 4 questions right, 10 marks. For 80 percentile, you need 11 marks. For 85 percentile, you need 5 questions right only. For 90 percentile, you need only 7 questions right. And for 99.5 percentile, you need 13 questions right. And for 99 percentile, सो अगर आप लोग ये वाला डेटा उठाओ, 9 क्वेश्चन अगर आपने सही कर लिए, तो 25 नंबर, 27 नंबर, यू आर गेटिंग मोर देन 97 परसेंटाइल. आपके 8 क्वेश्चन सही हैं, मतलब 24 नंबर, तो आप 95 के ऊपर खड़े हैं. और अगर आपके 13 क्वेश्चन सही है, नेट 13 मतलब, सो यू हैव अटेम्प्टेड 16 क्वेश्चंस, आउट ऑफ दैट 14 आर राइट एंड 2 आर इनकरेक्ट. एंड ये दो थीटा नहीं है, ऑप्शनल है. देन योर स्कोर इज गोइंग टू बी क्लोज टू 40 पे तो 99.6 99.7 बनेगा, आराम से बनेगा. क्या ये हमें करना चाहिए? क्या हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं? आई डोंट थिंक इट्स नॉट डूएबल. इट इज ऑलवेज डूएबल. आसानी से ये सारी चीज की जा सकती है. एंड द थिंग इज, if we are going to talk about the shortcuts, I won't say shortcuts. If you learn the jugaad, पेपर में out of 22 there are at least 6 to 8 questions that can be solved just by looking at the options without using paper and pen. केवल ऑप्शन देख के आसानी से आंसर आ जाएगा 6 से 8 क्वेश्चन का। मतलब आप 95 परसेंटाइल पे बिना पेपर पेन यूज किए खड़े रह सकते हैं। इसके लिए what do you need? You need just a little bit practice, the understanding the concepts, and that's it. Apart from this, you don't need anything else. And what is your roadmap? So basically what we have planned, we have started uh, few sessions, live sessions, on YouTube. We'll be starting arithmetic, that is the important part. So arithmetic we are going to start every Tuesday at 8:30. Stick with us, we are going to cover all the concepts of arithmetic in the live sessions, as well as we are going to cover the previous year questions of CAT that has been asked from 2017 to 2024. Okay. And on every Wednesday we are going to start with modern maths, but eventually we are going to move to geometry, algebra, and everything else. And every Wednesday we are going to have a session at 8:30, and your mentor will be Mr. Naveen. He's a very senior faculty, and I think he got 100 percentile or so something. And with this, if anyone has any doubt, you can ask. So I would be able to help you out. Thank you.